Hello, my name is Roshana and I'm here to talk to you about the emotional freedom technique, or what some people call EFT or tapping. I'm a natural healer myself and I've worked with a lot of healing modalities, and I've come to understand the importance of modalities that help us release our feelings and our emotions as they appear for us, because very often in our culture we're taught to just shove them down, to push forward, pretend we're okay, just barrel through. And when we do that, whatever is in the darkness wants to find its way to the light. It keeps trying to push its way back up again. And when it's suppressed, it just brings about depression. Some people feel anxiety. We start to feel ill in our physical bodies, because when we are suppressing our emotions and our feelings, we're not allowing the force of life to flow through our bodies. And so EFT works on this. It understands that we have meridian lines in our bodies based on Chinese acupuncture and their traditional medicine, that understands that when these channels, these meridians where the energy flows through our bodies are open, we are in good health, everything's flowing freely. But when these channels and meridians become shut down, then we start to experience physical illness, and emotions can actually cause these to shut down. So when we feel emotions and we carry them in the body and we don't express them or release them somehow, then it starts to shut down those meridians in our body, and we start to feel not only the emotional aspects of not recognizing our feelings, like becoming depressed, becoming angry, then it starts to be in the body, and we also start to feel some autoimmune diseases are related to suppressed emotions. It's a well-known fact that stress actually contributes to physical illness. So it's becoming very well known in the medical world as well, this connection between our emotions, our mental health, and our physical health. So it's really important for us to have ways to clear through our feelings when they come to the surface. And EFT, sometimes called tapping, is a very easy to use technique that will help you to release these emotions, keep them flowing. Whenever something comes to the surface, you can use this method to release them. So it's actually very positive for your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, and all of this, of course, contributes to your spiritual health as well. And EFT was first invented by a fellow named Gary Craig, and he really made the connection between emotional health and stress and physical health. And with the understanding of the meridians in our body and how they work, he discovered that just by tapping certain points on our body, we can release emotions that are being stored there. So the way that you use EFT is you acknowledge what you're feeling. So you start by looking at the feeling. Say you're afraid of public speaking. So, and you've been invited to go speak somewhere, and you know it would be really good for your career, so you don't want to say no, but you're terrified to do it. So when you feel that terror, when you feel afraid, you ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, the most afraid that you could possibly be, where would your feeling be? So let's say your feeling is a 10. So 7 out of 10 is how scared you are to be up on stage. So then you say, even though I feel terrified to be on stage, I completely love and accept myself. And as you do that, you're tapping. So one of the first point is what they call the karate point, where you would chop a block or something. And so you're tapping on this karate point as you're saying, even though I'm terrified to speak in public, I deeply love and accept myself, or I completely love and accept myself. And then the tapping continues on the top of the head, on the eyebrow, the side of the eye, under the nose. And you can check the links below this video to have more access to all the points where you tap. And as you're tapping, you say, even though I'm terrified to speak in public. And what you're doing is you're releasing then that feeling and you're fully acknowledging what that feeling is. So you're keeping it from being stored in the body, and you're releasing whatever it is that created this feeling. So in order to be terrified to speak in public, it's a very common fear that many people have, but it must have established itself somewhere. It must have originated somewhere, perhaps when you were a child, you were laughed at for dancing in front of your parents and their friends. Something as simple as that can shut us down from fully expressing what we're feeling and from feeling safe doing things in public. When we're born and we're children, until we're socialized, everything is free. We'll do anything. We're just playful and happy, and until we become criticized or judged around something, we're free and we don't shut anything down. But as soon as we become socialized and taught through social interaction who we're supposed to be in the world, what's acceptable in the world, we begin to shut these things down and we begin to create these fears. So by using EFT and tapping on these meridian points, you are releasing those fears from the body, and so it makes it easier for you to then step into what you're wanting to do. So once you go through the tapping routine, then you rate it again on a scale of 1 to 10. Maybe you've gone from a 7 to a 4. If that's the case, then you would do it again until you get lower and lower to a point where you feel like you can manage it. Ideally, you'd go down to 0, and it may take you a few rounds of doing the tapping to get to that point. But it's certainly an easy, valuable way to move through that fear. And the beauty is that you're not going to be carrying it again. You are moving that fear out of your body. So in this particular instance, you're not going to come upon that fear again once you release it. So that's the beauty of doing this kind of work, that releases the beliefs that are held within the body that are bringing up the fear in the first place. I know in my own work that it's vitally important to do that, to really get to the core of where these beliefs are coming from, so that you don't keep bringing them up over and over in your life, you don't keep repeating them. So the more you use emotional freedom technique, the lighter you'll become in so many ways. You'll feel lighter because emotionally you'll be lighter. Your body will feel lighter because you won't be carrying the burden of all these emotions that have been carried around. And your health will improve because you, again, won't have these energies blocking your meridians that are keeping the life force from flowing through you. So I would highly recommend that you check out the links below, learn more about EFT. It's such a simple method that you can use yourself and learn to do to help you walk through all the challenges in your life, so that you can be happy and joyous and not limited in any way, and moving into the full expression of who you are. That's what we're here to do on this earth, is to be all that we've come to be. So let's let go of all limitation, everything that's holding us back. It's time to get back to the core truth of who we are. And deep down inside, we're all gifted, beautiful beings who have so much to offer. And so the more we work through these fears and limitations, the more we get to that place. And the closer we get to that, the more joyous life becomes. So I invite you to check it out, try it for yourself, and be happy. Thanks for watching.